Hello friends, how are you? This is Dr. Nagi, Ayurveda and Medicine Doctor, and also Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. So today's video is all about how you can protect yourself from corona in this difficult time by using the prevention methods that's been given in Ayurveda for your well-being. We all know, our whole world and all of us, whether you are Indian or you are American or German or any country, whichever country you belong to, or you are in Lithuania, everybody is going through very difficult times, because suddenly we have faced something and suddenly this kind of virus has entered in our world for which we all were not prepared. It is just a sudden calamity that has happened to all the countries, and none of the country is well prepared to deal with it. No matters which country is how rich or how poor or how in a developing country, none of the country is not enough, because there is no medicine of corona has been discovered till now, because it's just a rapid epidemic attack of corona and none of us were prepared. So what we can do in this difficult time is protect ourselves, because you have heard this phrase, prevention is better than cure. See here also in Himachal, from where I am, the weather is not so good. Sudden change of weather is happening, sometime cold, sometime hot, but now because corona season is on, so I am also trying to protect yourself. So I request you also, like this time we all need to act as a family, because like in family members we say, if we see some person like he is not taking care of himself, though he is not in corona affected or having any viral flu or anything, even if he is healthy, he can be your child, he can be your parents, he can be your spouse, brother, anyone. But if we see in a family like he is not taking care of his health, so this is the time that we tell him, like, see, this virus season is going on and you need to protect yourself. But the simple protections you can do, like you need to cover your head. If you are going out, your head should be covered, because these days I don't know what's happening to the weather also, sudden hot, sudden cold, sudden hot, sudden cold. So these kind of conditions are very favorable for this virus, because people usually get general flu, that is general flu, that's not corona, but general flu, that is whether climatic change will happen, this common cold. Usually people get this when this kind of weather changes happen. So what is the best thing that we can do in this difficult time? We all have a chance to protect ourselves, to protect our families and protect our world. You know, when we all are small, we were like superheroes. We always want to be like superhero, this, that. So we can be superhero, not always go out and fight, but we can be our superhero by staying at home, protecting ourselves, taking care of ourselves. I am also trying it, because I have to shoot here and weather was not so good, so this cover. So I request you also use some kind of covers or protection measures. And if you are elderly person and your age is more than 60 or 65, it's best that you cover this region of your neck. Please try to cover your neck with something warm, because you know, elderly people, they have a more tendency to catch this virus or flu or any other kind of ailment which is seasonal, cold related flu. You know, this influenza or this common flu, which we call it common cold in normal language, there are variety of flus into it. So this area is much prone of elderly people to these viruses. So it's better you try to cover it, you try to protect it. If you are in very hot weather, then maybe then it's not much needed. But if you are in slightly cold weather or in a country where sudden there is a change of weather is happening, like after 1 hour it's extreme cold, before 1 hour it's hot, it's better that you gear up with your protection. So this is one thing we need to do. That is the general instruction which we can do, which we can apply on ourselves. I think we all know, because this is the most delicate part of our body. and it's better to protect it, because this virus or this flu that is attacking, especially it comes as first as a throat infection. This is the most common symptom of this flu. It is not like other symptoms will not happen, other symptoms will also happen, but this is the most important symptom. If you have elderly people in your home, please suggest them to cover their neck with something warm. It should not be very harsh, they should be soft, but if weather is not so good, try to cover this area of your head. Another thing, like so many videos regarding corona has given, so general instructions like you need to wash your hands again and again, you need to avoid contact from the people, you should not hug other person, you should not shake hand with other person, you should not do high five. These small things all, you know, and please educate your children also. They do not know this time what is this coronavirus, why you are stopping them, what is this. Don't say, don't try to create fear in them, but at least do this much, because these small children, when they play with each other, they don't know, because in children the spread is very common, though they have very good immunity, but still we need to protect our children, because at the same time we have elderly person also in our houses. So what we need to do, we need to try to educate them little bit, like some days you just can convey it in some kind of game, in some kind of play, like you know, this high you need not to use, you should not hug your friend for some days, you should not shake hand too much. These small things you need to tell. You can tell them some game, like they can try it from far away, hi, this is new symbol, or they can say namaste, this is new symbol, which children like to know all the new things come into fashion. Then when you say namaste or hi from far away, try to encourage them, clap, like you are doing hi, so clap. If you are doing namaste, so clap. So this way you can encourage your children not to shake hands, not to hug other person. If they are saying hi from far away, if your child is keeping distance for some days from some isolated person, or he is telling some kind of instructions to you, like, okay mama, please keep aside, keep yourself like this and this, then appreciate them if he is trying to tell something. This way child will know, like, okay, I am doing something very good. So he will try to incorporate those things within himself, by himself. Because if you try to tell him like, don't do this, don't do that, then maybe he will not listen. But try to say in such a way that your child will himself start doing these things. And when he will do, appreciate. Like he is not saying hello to someone, so appreciate that. If he is saying namaste, try to appreciate. If he is nodding his head from the far away place, try to appreciate. So these are the things that he can do. But like I am Indian, we have a practice of doing namaste. It's very beneficial because it is one form of yoga also, and it is one form of devotion to go down to other person, and in this way we are creating some kind of compassionate ambience for other person, like I love you, I respect you, and I bow down to you. So these all things comes into one namaste. This is also a very old form of yoga. If you are a yoga lover, you can also try to incorporate this till coronavirus is in the world. So try to greet in such way. So these are the small things which we need to change and we can do to help people to save themselves, because I know everybody loves freedom, everybody wants to do what they want to do, but now the situation is like this, that we need to be conscious, we need to be responsible, we need to take care of our families, and actually this is the time, like whole world is like a family. If we take care of our families, or if we take care of ourselves, this is the best contribution that we can make to save the world right now. So, and we know this transformation and consciousness and everything starts from self-transformation. So if we change ourselves, the world will change by itself. Right now, as I said, like there is no medicine for corona, but So that means what? We need to use what we have. So in Ayurveda also a lot of importance has given to Ojas. Ojas means the immunity. Like now you must have seen many reports on TV. The people are saying like corona is attacking many people. They recovered because they have good immunity. It's just like any other influenza or common cold. For which, like if person has good immunity, anyway it comes, it stays in the body for some time, and after that person will recover. But the main point that we need to understand in this coronavirus is its spread is very quick, and its symptoms is much more than a common flu. For some people it can be asymptomatic. So for some people they just can act as a carrier of it, but they themselves do not have any symptom. So best thing is, even if you are in your family, try to keep isolation, especially from the elderly people. Try not to hug them and try not to just keep a distance from them, so that even if you are a carrier for this coronavirus, you do not give this coronavirus to your parents. So this is a small thing, and which we need to keep in our minds, because anyway it is airborne infection and it will be in air, but slowly immunity will develop if we do not let it spread in a community level. Slowly this nature and natural intelligence of human bodies like this, slowly immunity will come. And in the meantime some medicine will also come, but till we don't have any medicine for its symptomatic reliefs, and no medicine can be developed and given to the people so quickly. So what we can do, we can use the precaution measures that we already have, and we can use Ayurveda precautions also, which they have used to enhance their Ojas. Ojas means immunity, to strengthen your immune system, and how to do daily life things in such a way that it will enhance your digestive fire. And if your digestive fire is good, that means your immunity will be good. But at the same time, like in Ayurveda it's been mentioned, don't try to don't be fearful, but at the same time be conscious. Fearful when I am saying like oh my God, corona happened. No, it's not like that. Like in I know, because in certain countries the situation is extremely bad. I don't know, even India we are trying to stop this spread, but we do not know to what extent this will be successful. Every country has to go through this, but at the same time what we can do to make ourselves conscious and make ourselves at our best, that we do not let our immunity down by any of our unconsciousness or any of our stupid actions. I know these things, if everything is healthy outside, if everything is good outside, I know these things, if everything is good outside, every facility, every medical facility is available, these things are not of much importance, though it is importance for conscious development. But in community, most of the people, these things are not so important. But now, because the situation is like this, so these things, these small things becomes very, very important. So when you start your day, when you get up in the morning, one thing which you can do is, when you go for wash basin, you fill water in your mouth like this, and then take water in your hand and splash the water in your eyes, so that your immunity of your eyes will become strong. You splash water 3-4 times and then release water from the mouth. So this way you will see whole day your eyes will become fresh and they will not feel tired, because there is a science behind it. It will strengthen your muscles and ultimately it will help to enhance the immunity of your eyes. So this thing you can do, is not a big science. So this is one way you start your day with like this. And in the morning you can do gargles with salt. If you feel like little bit you have met some person who has cold, or who I'm not saying corona, any cold. If anybody has any cold, because it is in air now, and if somebody is even general flu, because flu viral is all the time in air, it is like airborne infection. So we do not know which person who has gone by our sides was the carrier of corona or even general flu. So what you can do, you take a lukewarm water, put a pinch of salt in it, and a little bit of turmeric if you have. If you don't have salt, everybody has, like Himalayan salt or rock salt, or if you don't have turmeric, so salt everybody has in their homes. So you can do saline gargles. You know how to do gargles. You take a tumbler, put a pinch of salt. Remember, don't put 1 spoon of salt, you need to put pinch of salt. So mix it properly and take water and do gargles and throw the water. Do it 3-4 times. This will enhance, this will remove all the unnecessary saliva from your throat. So these gargles will help you to enhance the immunity of the throat. So these things you can do. You need to do it just in the morning once a day, and then you brush your teeth normally. Or if you have neem, with neem also you can clean your teeth, because neem is also a very good antiviral, antibacterial, that will help. Even turmeric, it has very good effect on enhancing immunity. So these are the small things which you can do, but just remove it, like do gargles, remove it. So these things you can do. After that you take your shower, like how you can take shower. And when you are doing your breakfast, what you need to do right now is try to cook your meal by yourself. That's the best way that you can do by now. And try to have freshly cooked meals. Don't do these things because now you have plenty of time. Because whenever I say these things to people, like cook your food by yourself, they say like we don't have time, and we are very busy. But now you have plenty of time, because here in India also, where I am, curfew has been imposed. So try to cook your meal by yourself and try to consume it between 3 hours of cooking. Try to have only hot meals, because hot meals are very good for health according to Ayurveda, and it helps to enhance your digestive fire. It makes your absorption better, and it strengthens your immune system. So if you are cooking your meals, try to have it within 3 hours, so that the food you have cooked, that doesn't lose its nutritional value, because this is the time that we need most nutritious food. If there is a possibility of organic food which you are growing in your garden, try to use that. If there is not, if you have some friend or something from where you can get it, that you can have. If not, or even if you are going to supermarket and taking vegetables and rice or wheat, whatever you are doing, try to cook it. This time please try to avoid too much raw vegetables, because according to Ayurveda, it is difficult to digest the raw vegetables. If you are so fond of eating raw, you can have raw fruits in place of raw vegetables. So what you can do, you can buy fruits, because these fruits are also coming from the market. Try to wash the fruit properly with warm water, and try to have those fruits which have peels over it. Avoid those fruits which don't have much peel over it, which are being eaten with peel. So those fruits try to eat which have peels over it, which peel you can remove, like orange you can have, and apple we remove peels, that you can have. Try to have seasonal fruits, because seasonal fruits helps to enhance your immunity. Don't try to have off-season fruits, like this is not a mango season here. Don't try to have a mango in winter, because that will not of much help in for your immunity. Try to have those fruits which will try to enhance your immunity. So try to have seasonal fruits, that fruit which is in your season, because you search like what are the seasonal fruits of your area in a specific value, and those fruits try to eat. That will help you to enhance your immunity in a much better way. After that, So first you have this bowl of fruits, after that you have your cooked food. That will help you to enhance the immunity of your health, and it will because after having this kind of meal you will feel very good. Try to avoid all these artificial things, because this is the time when your body needs more health and more immunity. To try to avoid all the junk food which you are eating, all the packet food. Try to have those food which is freshly grown, because that is very good for health according to Ayurveda. And after that, don't try to eat all the time. All the time eating is not good. Even if you are staying at home, I know there is nothing to do at home for most of the people, but this is the time you spend in talking, reading some book, trying various dresses, try to clicking pictures, or storytelling to children. This way you can spend time. Don't do these things like you are sitting at home and eating all the time. Try to take a gap of 4 hours between each meal. That will be very helpful for you. And many people I have heard, they are saying like sip water every 15 minutes. So I would like to say, don't do these things, sip water after 15 minutes when you feel thirsty. Yes, but yes, this is true, like don't dehydrate yourself, like not sipping water at all, but don't sip after every 15 minutes. You can have lukewarm water, don't take ice cold water from the refrigerator. It is better this time, like you always boil water, let it cool, and that water you drink. That would be much helpful for you in these difficult times. And don't try to take water directly from refrigerator, because that will affect your throat, and this is the time when your throat has become weak. So you should not drink any water directly from the fridge. It's better you just boil water in a big tumbler and keep it aside and let it cool by itself at room temperature, and that water you drink. It's better to drink lukewarm water, is also good for health and for your throat and for the immunity of the throat. Like in this virus, we know there is fluids, people don't want to dehydrate themselves. So this only sipping water is not the only way to hydrate yourself. You can have soup, vegetable soups. When you drink vegetable soups even twice a day, that is also enough hydration in your body, and 4-5 glasses of water is enough. But don't make it a practice like you are sipping water in every 15 minutes, because that is not for because that is not so good for digestive fire. You can keep yourself hydrated by having soups, vegetable soups. So this way you can keep yourself hydrated. And in water, when water is needed, you drink 5 to 6 glasses of water in a day. But please avoid sipping like regularly after 10 minutes or 5 minutes. That would not be so good for health. So next thing is most of the people are sneezing like ach over another person. So you need to make it a practice, like if you are sneezing or coughing, you need to do even to children. If you have small children, try to teach them like this, and if whenever they are doing this, you just make a clap, so that they develop a practice of sneezing like this. So it would be very good for them and very good for whole family. So these are the small precautions which you can do. After that, within a room, inside the room, you just walk for 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes. That will help you to digest your food, because so inside the room also you can walk and you can play. Don't immediately sit, because that will create a disturbance in digestion. So these are the small things which you can do and practice to make your health better. Many people are drinking ginger water. So I would like to tell you, those people who are on aspirin dose, like who are taking aspirin as a medicine, don't do overuse of ginger if you are already taking aspirin medicine, because ginger has also a quality of thinning the blood, and your aspirin is also thinning the blood. So this way, if you are taking ginger, take in very less quantities. Don't drink 5-6 cups of tea if you are taking a aspirin as a medicine. Most important thing which I am going to tell you is most of the people has become fear, and they all the time thinking like corona is going to happen to them. It is like airborne. So it can happen to anyone. So it is the time when we use our own intelligence, because we should all know, like, anxiety and fear that will affect your immune system. This is the time you try to spread love to your loved ones and try to meditate. If you are feeling fear, or if you are feeling some kind of anxiety, anyway you cannot do much about this corona or outside situation. But one thing that you can do, you have time, you can focus on yourself and you try to meditate, because that will generate your inner strength. And definitely our mind has a lot of capabilities. The way we think, that's how we become. So within your mind, you try to don't weaken your mind by fear or anxiety, because anyway what is going to happen will happen. But prevent it, this is the wise thing that we can do. If you try to listen some meditative music, or try to focus on your breath, that would be very helpful. And there is and one more thing you can do, there is a respiratory exercise which you can try. For this, what you can do, sit in a cross-legged posture, keep your spine erect. Now I am going to tell you a breathing exercise which you can do to enhance to strengthening your lungs. Because if your lungs are more strengthened, because if your lungs have more strength, it will help you to fight against any kind of virus. So this is a small technique which you can use while sitting at home. You need not to go to any gym or anywhere to do this. You just need to sit in a cross-legged posture. If you cannot sit in a cross-legged posture, you can sit in a chair and inhale. Try to do it empty stomach. Whenever your stomach is empty for 5 minutes, in the morning when your stomach is empty, that time you can do, or in the evening when your stomach is empty before dinner, you can do this. So the condition for this is you try to do it empty stomach. Because why empty stomach? Because if your food is inside your stomach, then your lungs will not find space to expand. So regarding this, either you can do it sitting on bed or chair. It's better, it should be hard surface. If you are sitting on chair, it should be hard chair. It should not be very soft. It should not be cold surface wherever you are sitting. So you sit in a cross-legged posture, and after that gently inhale. Focus on your breath and gently inhale. Fill your rib cage with air, and then allow the air to fill your upper chest till collarbones, and then slowly release it. You do it 5 to 10 times. It will help you to strengthen your lungs. It will help you to take more and more oxygen inside the lungs. And we all know if our blood is more rich in oxygen, it has more immunity to fight against infections. It will enhance the circulation and it will relax you. Also, because it is good, like more fresh air if you go inside, it will enhance the ojas of your body, and ojas is the thing which is responsible to fight against all these infections, which is called jivanu, or all viruses, bacteria, protozoas inside the body. It will help, so we can use it as a preventive measure. All the emergency situations, whatever will happen, like also one more thing I would like to tell you, like many of the people they are going to have shower in the same swimming pool, or even in some pool in some jungle where a lot of snow, and they are taking a shower themselves and they think it's very good for immunity. So I would like to say, if you have your individual pool and you feel it is very good for health, you can do, but don't take a shower all of you to one pool, because it's this coronavirus, it spreads through droplet infection. So if some person has this coronavirus among one of your friends, you all are going to jump in the same pool, and his droplets from his nose, from his mouth will go into the water. Now whole of the water will get infected and it will infect all other people. So please, if you are doing it, because I have seen one video in which all the people are going into some pool and they are saying it's very cold water and it's very good for health. Yes, maybe it is good for health for you, maybe. But maybe it is not good for all, because one thing we should not only just focus on immunity this time, but we also need to focus on corona, that it is not just I have good immunity, nothing will happen. I think this is the time, like this is stupid to say, like I have very good immunity and nothing will happen to me. This is not a right thinking for now. So if you are doing it, please avoid it, because you need to understand this coronavirus infection spreads through droplets. So if you put droplets on those swimming pools and all your friends are taking at the same pool bath, they will also get the infection. So this time it is not good that you all jump in one pool to take showers and all. This is not the right time. Even in homes, after taking shower, clean your bathroom properly and keep a proper hygiene, because prevention is better than cure. This is the high time that we act on it. And at the same time, this is the time that you can stay with your families. All the families are together, and all our doctors, nurses, our police, all the administration staff, prime ministers of all the countries, including our country, our Prime Minister Modi, they are putting a lot of effort to save us. Let's play our role to save us and whole world. If you have any questions regarding your respiratory problems or any other problems, and if you want to ask us, please write to us, please leave a comment in our comment section. We will try to answer as quickly as possible, and we will try to make more and more awareness videos. What are the present possibilities to help people? We are also trying to help people in the best possible way, whatever we can, and you should also try to help people in whatever possible way you can, but also at the same time try to protect yourself, because if you are healthy, only then your family can be healthy, and only then world can be healthy, and only then your country can be healthy, and then your world can be healthy. So let's stay connected and let's fight against corona, and let's make world beautiful once again. Stay healthy, stay blessed, take care.